Impossible Gleam, 5th century BCE, a bronze blade which, when it was unearthed in Jingzhou in 1965, could still cut paper. It was a royal weapon of the state of Yu in the spring and autumn period, when rival states competed in technology and prestige. The inscription, King Gaojian, is not just a signature, it is sovereignty propaganda. The technical secret combines a bronze-tin alloy with traces of sulfur, high polishing, a micro-serrated edge, and a sealed scabbard that created a low-corrosion microclimate. In battles and rituals, swords were public diplomas. The king who displayed an incorporable blade suggested a stable mandate. If a sword could legitimize a king through metal, a single symbol could legitimize entire empires, the heirloom seal of the realm.
If this is making sense to you, subscribe now and comment what you think. That tells me to keep going, and it makes sure you get the next ones without missing them.
Carved from the legendary Heshbi Yade, the heirloom seal of the realm is said to have been fashioned under the Qin 221 BCE and to have passed through the Han and Jin, stamping edicts and successions. Its political function was brutally simple. When it changed hands, it carried the narrative of legitimacy with it. In times of civil war, possessing the seal was equivalent to holding the password of the mandate of heaven, forging consensus and demoralizing rivals. Its trail is lost amid looting, capital relocations, and collapsing dynasties. Since then, apocryphal versions, legends, and treasure hunts have fed national memory. Technically, the dense, translucent jade, the dragon finial, and the formula of the inscription created a pattern that was hard to forge at the time. And when the seal vanishes, imagination turns back to even older artifacts that bound geography, tribute, and authority together, the enigmatic 9 sacred tridents.
The 9 tripods, forged by the ancestral Sha, were ritual cauldrons that functioned as a sacred inventory of the realm. Inscriptions and reliefs of animals, rivers, and resources turned each ding into a 3D map and catalog of tributes. Transferred, according to tradition, from Sha to Sheng and Zhou, they symbolized that the center still held order. To move a ding without mandate was to provoke downfall. Stories of arrogant kings trying to drag them away end in cracks opening in the earth, floods, and ill omens. These show that symbolic infrastructure, rituals, emblems, maps, sustain states just as much as roads do. When that infrastructure fails, many resort to extreme shortcuts, trying to manufacture longevity in the laboratory of the elixir of immortality. At the Qin, Han, and Tang courts, Wei Dan alchemists mixed cinnabar, mercury sulfide, arsenic salts, and gold into formulas that promised longevity. The result, all too often, was poisoning, organ failure, and edicts that swung between patronage and prohibition. Treatises record furnaces, crucibles, and protocols. The literal reading of spiritual metaphors turned into a lethal chemical recipe. A little-remembered curiosity is that some pills were moderate mineral tonics mistaken for talismans. The risk increased when the court demanded quick miracles. It stands as a warning against simplistic biochemical promises and sells science as a method of protection, not illusion. If a cure can deceive the eyes, the next tool deals precisely with seeing what hides. The demon mirror, judge of what is human or monstrous.
Seeing what the eyes cannot see is the narrative function of the demon mirror in Tong Song tales, revealing Yao, spirits and demons in disguise, before celestial judges and gate guards. In temples and homes, polished bronze mirrors already had an apotropaic use, reflecting light to ward off bad luck. Mythology combines these practices with public morality. If the reflection exposes the beast, the community decides the punishment. The mirror is therefore less a magical gadget and more a metaphor for discernment, distinguishing appearance from essence. In Journey to the West, 16th century, Ming, Princess Iron Fan and the Bull Demon King guard a fan capable of either extinguishing or intensifying the flames of the flaming mountain, blocking the pilgrim's passage. Metaphorically, the fan is a technology of mitigation. Well-measured wind becomes local rain. Poorly used wind becomes disaster. The myth warns, power over the elements requires an ethics of use. It matters because it is a narrative reminder that tinkering with the thermostat of complex systems calls for prudence and governance, not just force. Cosmology answers with dragons, which concentrate rain, thunder, and wisdom into a single artifact, the dragon pearl.
The classic scene of Chinese art, the dragon chasing the flaming pearl, condenses an entire program: wisdom, longevity, and mastery over the waters. In Minqing iconography, the pearl governs rain and thunder. Temples and processions used small talismanic orbs to call water for the harvests. The taboo is clear. Mortals must not take what belongs to heavenly powers. Appropriating it throws the cycle off balance. The social function of the myth is didactic, to remind people that food security depends on the sky, today translated into reservoirs, canals, and forecasting. Technically, the pearl is a symbol, not a specific mineral. Its glow in paintings suggests energy and focus. And when someone dares to reach out and take from the dragons a treasure for their own use, an anti-hero appears who challenges hierarchies, bends rules, and turns the measurement of the sea into a portable weapon. Their irreverent Sun Wukong with his Rui Jinggu Bong. In the myths of Journey to the West, the Rui Jinggu Bong rested in the palace of the Dragon King of the Eastern Sea as the needle that measures the sea, a calibrated bar for the tides. Sun Wukong tries it out, discovers that it responds to his will, and steals it. From then on, the staff changes size, weight, and shape, from the thickness of a strand of hair to a pillar that sweeps away Arnie's. It is said to weigh 13,500 gen, a symbolic number that communicates unliftable by mortals. The act is both transgression and a thesis, seizing a divine instrument for autonomy. Thus we close the arc. From Gujen's incorruptible metal to the staff that bends the world, the forbidden line between power and limit remains the true treasure.